She's a mama, a wife with a story to share. At Write Over Coffee, find hope and repair. From heartbreak to healing, through Christ she's free. Your past don't define you, be who you're meant to be. Write Over Coffee, where healing begins.
Hi everybody, my name is Elizabeth and this is Write Over Coffee. I want to ask you something a little bit different today. Have you ever been changed by someone who doesn't know you exist? Maybe they've spoken life into you, or maybe they helped you breathe again, but they didn't even know that they did. So they even did something for you that you just were so in awe, but you didn't and you couldn't tell them thank you. So today's podcast is basically on silent mentors, the mentors who never knew my name or your name. So today I want to talk about something that has shaped me in some way, form, or fashion in my seasons, silent mentors. And if I'm being honest, this episode is more of gratitude and healing and a part of unspoken words. This is my Write Over Coffee. And if you guys noticed, just to kind of, before we start and get into the meat of it, I'll look down and up. It's because I have my script written out. So that way I don't lose track of anything. I just wanted to let you guys know. So what is a silent mentor? I mean, have you ever thought about what a silent mentor is? I mean, we all know what mentors are, right? We all know what a coach is, what a therapist is, what a psychologist is. But what is a silent mentor? To me, it's somebody that teaches you and shapes you and kind of just walks alongside you without physically walking alongside you. They don't know your story. They don't know your name, right? They didn't sign up to mentor you. That's a big one because, we typically sign up to be coached or sign up to have a mentor. Especially places like, at churches, they have things like Night of Hope and there's regeneration and other things. And you get a mentor to walk alongside you. Or you have, for me in school, I had two beautiful teachers that were my mentor, Ms. McElherron and Ms. Reuter. I was, I was a kid, but my dad was a single parent. So I didn't have a woman in my life pretty much. So these two wonderful teachers took me on under their wing. So that was a mentor, but they were physically. So the silent mentor doesn't know your name and doesn't walk alongside you physically. Maybe it was through a podcast, a sermon, a book, a random video that just showed up while you're scrolling. We scroll on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then you're like, oh, that really spoke to me. It's kind of like 2819 church, Pastor Philip. His words, his everything, just amazing. Those videos totally speak to me. And sometimes I just repost and reshare because I'm like, oh, my friend could listen to that or something. That's a silent mentor. I mean, you're watching it, you're saving it, you share it. That's a silent mentor. And sometimes that show, that episode, that book was just meant for you. I have so many books that were just meant for me in that season, and they have no idea who I am. Sometimes God sends you people that just, you didn't even know, he was sending that in your circle. And it's just an amazing time in that season of yours that you needed, or you didn't even know you needed. And it's just a really wonderful feeling. And it may make you feel like, wait, this person doesn't know me, so am I crazy? No, you're not crazy. You're human. And maybe you just don't know how to reach out, or maybe you're scared to reach out because you don't want people to know your story, right? You don't want someone to know your story because maybe it's caused shame, and maybe it's caused guilt, and maybe it's caused trauma that you're just not ready to talk to a person about. That's what a silent mentor is. At least it was and is for me. So there were seasons in my life where I just felt really alone and really taken back of the things, and was kind of doing like a a deep dive, like an audit, like, you know, how we audit our finances. I kind of audited my life, and not just physically, but emotionally, grief, loss, everything. Trying to figure out who I was again, and trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go, my next step, trying to really, really process a lot of things. And so I just was kind of feeling stuck. And in those moments, God introduced me to a few silent mentors in my life that I still follow to this day. It started in 2018. Some of them started way before then. And so it really quietly but powerfully shaped me. One of them, one of my faves, Lisa Harper. I mean, who definitely showed me that you can have humor and find humor in a heartbreak or a season in your life and still keep breathing. And her daily devotional life really, really was impactful. And that just says it all. You know, that you need a good devotional life by Lisa Harper. It just really shaped me and really got me back into the Word, and really just transformed my life. And I've done a lot of her Bible studies as well in my life group that I host and I lead for our ladies Bible group. Like right now we're studying Job. Phenomenal, great, makes you cry, makes you laugh. Three Stooges. I mean, seriously, it was great, and it is great, and I'm just in awe. Another one of my silent mentors is Jennie Allen. The season that I was in, that, you know, I was stuck in my head and I was just all over the place. If you see in the background over here, it's things I can't control and things like that. That really, really helped. And so she really helped me understand my thoughts, and I didn't have to stay stuck or be stuck in something. And one of the things that really resonated for me was when she wrote that book, Finding Your People, Building a Deep Communication in a Lonely World. I have it. I have what she calls that tribe. I have a phenomenal group of women that can pull up their sleeves, get dirty, talk to me real, may not like it, but it keeps me grounded, and vice versa. You know, we're a tribe. We have a community of women here that we meet every Tuesday, and we hang out, we talk on the phone. When one of us is feeling down, we are all there for her. You know, they've learned that we don't have to be alone in a lonely world. Especially when COVID hit, everybody changed. Their mindset changed. It caused more isolations and things like that. And so that book, Finding Your People, Building Deep Communication in a Lonely World, if you don't know it, get it. It's a great, great book. Another one of my faves, which I started listening to her and back in 2017, I believe, and 2018, and then when COVID hit, they did she actually did I've been using a lot, so y'all are just going to have to tell me about that. But she did a virtual Rise event, and it was incredible, and it was empowering and just phenomenal. Like, it felt like you were in the stadium with all these women and probably men. I mean, it was great. It was great. It was fantastic. But she reminded me that it's my responsibility in healing. So my responsibility, my choice to heal. And I heal through God. I heal through my tribe. I heal through my silent mentors. And that I can get back up again and still be me. You know, still be me. One of my favorite things that I started doing was her Start Today journal. It had 5 gratitudes and then 10 things that you can see yourself do in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. And so again, I started it back in 2018. So there's been 5 things that I've crossed off. You know, it's great to go back and see those things and see what I was grateful for and see what I was what my hopes and dreams were for my 10-year plan, and I already have 5 of them off. And it's just, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to cross those off. So Rachel Hollis was definitely one of those ones that just really, really, truly impacted me, along with Lisa Harper and Jennie Allen, just 3 incredible people alone, just them 3. I have a lot more, but it would take like 2 to 3 hours for me to go through that. So again, this was, my vision of how to present silent mentors, my visions that have happened as far as what I wanted to do, where I wanted to grow, how God was growing me and bringing a tribe along was truly through these silent mentors. And this is where the unspoken words gets a little deeper for me, because we talk a lot about unspoken goodbyes, my book that I wrote, but we don't talk enough about the unspoken thank yous. So I wanted to say something out loud. I even wrote it out, that I may never get to say in person to Jennie Allen, Rachel Hollis, and Lisa Harper. Thank you for showing me up in my seasons where I didn't know how to show up myself. Thank you for saying things I didn't even know I needed to hear. Thank you for being consistent when my life felt anything but. Thank you for helping me survive seasons that you will probably never hear about. You don't know me, but you help rebuild me. If anyone is listening to this and you know them, let them know that I'm looking to say thank you on their podcast, or maybe be in person. I am looking to say thank you to Rachel Hollis, Lisa Harper, and Jennie Allen. I mean, these women phenomenally changed me. And like I said, my tribe that I have, we do their Bible studies. We do their podcasts. We do it because if it helped me, I know one of maybe the videos or maybe the Bible studies or maybe the Start Today journal, it will help them too. It helps them get unstuck, So why do silent mentors matter? They matter because here's what I've learned about silent mentors. Number one, again, they don't know your story. They don't know who you are. They don't know your past. They don't know your pain. They don't know what you're struggling with. They don't know your shame. They don't know any of it. But they can shape you and help us process that pain and that shame without even words. They're not giving us those words. They remind you that we're not crazy. We're just hurting. We're just human. They're not. And sometimes the safest place to grow is by someone who doesn't even know your past, right? They don't know your past. They don't know your part. There's no pressure. There's absolutely no pressure and no expectations. Just truth melting in you where you are. Just a little bit. And I really believe this. My number one mentor, my friend, my provider, my comforter is God. He meets me where I am. He helps me shake it off. He gives me comfort. And even though I can't physically see him or feel him, I know he's putting his hand on me and saying, let it out. It's okay, let it out. So it's just beautiful to me. It's just beautiful. But here's the part we don't always talk about. You still have a choice of what voices you let in. Seriously, not every voice is meant for us to lead me. Just because someone is loud doesn't mean that you're called to guide them. It guide you. It doesn't mean that voice, that loudness is meant to guide you. It's not. I listen intentionally. That's one thing I do. Before I make a choice, before I make a decision, I want to listen intentionally with all my heart and pray about it. I take notes. If anyone knows me, look, I'm telling you, I take notes. This is my, guide. So they know I do. I have sticky notes everywhere. Everywhere I have sticky notes. Like I'm personally being mentored. Like I'm at a conference, like a women's conference, and you're taking notes and stuff. That's me. That's all I do. I I just don't consume. I apply and I protect my mind, my peace. Because what you listen to consistently will shape you quietly. Good, bad, or indifferent, it does shape you. Just the other day, I was watching a TV show, and I probably shouldn't have, but I was watching it, and then something happened in the house, and then I was so angry about it. So I was quick to anger, quick to react. But then I stopped and I realized, wait a second, I just watched a show like that. So that's probably why I did it. So the same goes for podcasts and stuff like that. So, you have to listen intentionally. You have to surrender. You have to pray about it, think about it. Is this something that I want to listen to consistently? Is this something that's going to shape me in a good way? Is it going to help me grow? Is it going to get my mind off of things? Is it going to show me things that could help me? And that was really important to me when I did that. There are real benefits in having silent mentors. You can heal without pressure. You can talk while they're talking without them listening. And at that point, you can tell them the shame and the guilt and the pain and the trauma you've experienced without them hearing it. Huge, huge game changer there. You can grow in private. You can rebuild without being watched. You can grow without being watched. And sometimes that's exactly what you need, because not every season is meant to be seen. It's just not. Some seasons are meant to be formed. They helped me become before anyone ever saw me becoming. So again, it helped me become before anyone else saw me becoming. There's a lot of people that I talk to say, I just need to get right before I step out into the world. That's what that means. You want to get right before you step out. So if you're listening right now and you feel alone, can I just tell you something gently and clearly as possible? You are not unmentored. God has a way of placing the right voices in the right moments to remind you of who you are, what you are, and how your past doesn't define you. You don't have to wait for someone to officially choose you. God chose you, number one, and you can choose who you want to mentor you silently. Whether it's me, Lisa Harper, Jennie Allen, Rachel Hollis, Trent Shelton, Eric Thomas, 2019 church, Pastor Philip, that guy, amazing. So many people, so many things out there. But remember, not every voice is meant for you to follow. So be careful, be intentional, pray about it, think about what you're going to be doing that, for. And maybe one day I'll get to sit across from Rachel, Lisa, Jennie, and I'll be able to say thank you out loud. But until then, I'll live it. I'll live it by saying thank you in the things that I do daily, in the walk that I choose to walk daily. Because unspoken goodbyes, which I wrote, aren't just about endings. Sometimes it's just about the words we carry for the people who helped us live again. It's huge, right? It's a beautiful reminder, and it gives me hope. And I hope it gives you hope. I do appreciate you sitting here today with me. And if this spoke to you, I would really, really like to hear who your mentors are. DM me, ask me. And this, you can always reach out by getting on my website, elizabethkgreen.com. You can shoot me a message. I'm on TikTok, Write Over Coffee. I am on Instagram, Facebook, all over the place. Find me. You can send me a message there, and I would love to hear questions. If you have any questions for me and you wanted me to talk about it, I would love to hear from you guys and see how this episode impacted you on silent mentors. And we'd really love to hear who your silent mentor is. Maybe there's somebody out there that I could listen to that I would love to listen. And maybe it was meant for me to listen in that season, and maybe it'll come through this podcast. But in the meantime, if you're feeling alone, and if you are alone, I would love to walk alongside you. Just reach out. So you guys, this has been Write Over Coffee. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, you don't have to walk through this alone. I'm Elizabeth, and this is Write Over Coffee.
Write over coffee, where healing begins.